Hi everybody, and I'm going to try and do the difficult topic today of talking about, well, unravelling the meaning of life. I'm a teacher. I had a student ask me the other day, he goes, "Mr. Butler, what is the meaning of life?" And I said, well, the meaning of life is a life of meaning. And I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, it wasn't quite enough. He wanted more than that. So we're going to try and unpack this a little bit more. It's a very complicated subject. It's not an easy answer. I'm not professing to say that I have an easy answer or that I know what the true meaning of life is. It's something that, I think I've thought about a lot because it's important for me that life has meaning. So I'm just going to share a few thoughts as we talk about this and unravel it. We are people that like to be in relationship with others, whether that's an intimate relationship or just existing in a community of people who are close to us, our parents, our siblings, our partner. If going through this COVID-19 business where we all had to be isolated, if there's anything that highlights to us, it's that we are relational people who like to be in connection with others. We don't like being isolated, and I think that's massive because in the connections and in the relationships that we have with other people, we find meaning to our life, and which is why when people become isolated from people emotionally and physically, it's can be a bad place for some people, and then life can lose its sense of meaning. And so what is it about these relationships that we crave? There's something in us that wants to be in those relationships, that craves that and needs the energy that comes from other people. We feed off each other's energy. My next point is that we have an inherent need to know that we matter, that we are valuable, we are lovable. We aren't just a worthless, scummish blob that's living on this planet just because they do. No, we actually need to know that we matter, and the people who tell us that we matter the most are our parents, and the way they raise us and what they say to us, and so we form an opinion of ourselves. Through that, we learn inherently within us that we need to learn to be kind to ourselves. We need to learn to love ourselves. We're not always good at it, but part of knowing that I matter, that I'm valuable and I'm lovable, which is to do with my self-worth, that's love linked up in there. And love is about being kind to yourself, because love has to be a verb. It has to be an action. It can't just be something that you say. It's more than that. It's actually how you treat your body. It's how I let other people treat me. Protecting yourself and looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, is massive in this life. You can't take that away. And the other thing that I wanted to say, in order to be kind to ourselves, we will do things. We will go shopping, we might buy some clothes, we might feel good about that, and we want to have food in our tummy, and we want to pursue a career that's meaningful. And so all of these things are about ourselves. However, there does come a point, I believe, when serving self all the time can saturate itself. It's limited. I think there's only so many things you can purchase. I mean, it's like when you purchase one thing, it's like, well, okay, well, as soon as you've got it, the next thing is, what else can I get? And then once you've got that, what else can I get? And it's, what else can I get? And it's kind of like, do you ever get to that point where you're actually satisfied with what you've got? And I think serving self is important, but it's limited. Which brings me to my next point. Is actually investing in other people, is investing time, energy, and being kind to other people. It's a bit like being kind to yourself, but now you're being kind to others. I think the world would end very quickly if the need to be kind to others did not exist, and it actually brings a lot of fulfillment. And we all do it more than we realize. Okay, yes, we get angry about things, and we get mad about, we get sad about things, and we can project those feelings onto other people. But we should be able to say, look, I'm sorry I was mad, I was sorry I was unkind to you. So that brings me to the next point. I actually think that there's two things that we want to look for here. One is, what motivates us? What inspires us? What do we like doing that we could say was an interest to us, or if you're lucky enough to say, I'm really passionate about that. If you find something that you're really passionate about or you're really interested in, and if you can actually use that and share it with other people, it's a win-win. You win because you love doing it, and they win because you're sharing something of yourself or some knowledge of yourself or the passion with somebody else. And quite often that can help that other person. It can help them perhaps in ways that you never even imagined. It's important to learn to listen to yourself, to find out what you think it is that you like doing. And, you know, the ultimate scenario, situation would be is that you could actually use that to make a career out of it. That would be the ultimate goal. But if you can't make a career out of it, which a lot of us can't, at least you can invest in it and partake in it, and actually then perhaps take that and share it with others.